Story 1. I was the only one awake at 3:17 a.m. I didn't mean to stay awake that night. It was one of those accidental insomnias. You know the kind. You lie down early, confident you'll sleep. Then suddenly it's past 3 in the morning and your phone says 3:17 a.m. like it's accusing you. The house was quiet, not peaceful. Quiet in the way that feels staged. Everyone else was asleep. My parents, my younger brother, even the neighbor's dog that usually barked at passing cars. I remember noticing that part specifically, because it wasn't barking. I was scrolling mindlessly when I heard it. A sound from downstairs. Not a bang. Not footsteps. A dragging sound. Slow. Careful. At first, I told myself it was the house settling. Old houses do that. That's what people say when they don't want to panic. But then it happened again. Longer this time. Like something heavy being pulled across the floor. Then stopping. As if whoever or whatever was doing it was listening. I sat up in bed. The hallway light was off. My door was half open, exactly how I always left it. Then I heard it, a whisper. It wasn't loud enough to make out words. Just breathy, strained, close. I froze. My phone screen dimmed, plunging my room into near darkness. That's when I realized the whisper wasn't coming from downstairs anymore. It was coming from the hallway, right outside my door. I didn't breathe. I didn't blink. I waited for footsteps, something human. Instead, I saw the shadow. It stretched across the carpet first, long, too thin. Then, fingers curled around the door frame. They bent the wrong way. The whisper turned into my name, perfectly pronounced, in my mother's voice. I buried myself under the blanket like a child, heart slamming so hard I was sure it would give me away. I don't know how long I stayed there, minutes, hours, until exhaustion dragged me under. When I woke up, it was morning. Sunlight, normal sounds. Life pretending nothing happened. But downstairs, the living room furniture had been moved, and my mother swore she hadn't been awake. None of them had. I was the only one awake at 3:17 a.m., and whatever knew my name knew that too. Story 2. The voice and the static only spoke after midnight. I worked the night shift at a small radio relay station. No callers, no music, just static and maintenance checks. The job is boring, painfully boring, until it isn't. Every night at exactly 12:04 a.m., the static changes. Not louder, not quieter, sharper. Like someone tuning towards something instead of away from it. The first time I heard the voice, I thought I was hallucinating from sleep deprivation. It was faint. Male, calm. Can you hear me? I ripped my headphones off and checked the equipment. Everything was normal. No incoming transmissions. No recorded loops. The next night, it happened again. Same time. Same voice. Please don't turn it off. That's when I panicked. I logged the anomaly, reported it. My supervisor laughed and said it was probably interference from an old tower nearby. But interference doesn't say your name. By the 5th night, the voice started telling me things. Things it shouldn't know. What I had for dinner. The argument I had with my sister. The fact I always checked the back seat of my car before driving home. One night, it whispered something different. He's standing behind you. I spun around. Nothing. But the reflection in the dark monitor lagged. Just slightly. Like it needed time to catch up. I quit the next morning. walked out without notice. A week later, I got a voicemail. Static. Then breathing. Then the voice. I can still hear you. I smashed my old radio that night. But sometimes, when my phone loses signal, I swear the static sounds closer than it should. Story 3. I answered a call that wasn't meant for the living. The call came in at 2:48 a.m. No caller ID. No number. I almost ignored it. Almost. Something told me not to. The voice on the other end was quiet, old, tired. Is this the emergency line? I said no. Told them they had the wrong number. There was a pause. Then they whispered, "Oh, I must be early then." Before I could respond, the line went dead. The next night, the phone rang again. Same time, same voice. This time, they asked me if it hurt when it happened. I asked what happened. They said, the fire. I hadn't told anyone about the house fire from my childhood, the one that killed the previous owners. I hung up, shaking. On the third night, the voice was crying. "They can hear me now," it said. "Please don't answer again." But I did, and that's when I heard the others. Dozens of voices layered beneath the static, all whispering, all begging. The call history showed nothing, but my voicemail box was full. Every message was just breathing, and one repeated phrase, "We know you can hear us." My phone hasn't rung since, but I don't sleep with it near me anymore. Some calls aren't meant to be answered. If you're still here, then you already felt it. These stories don't end when the video does. They follow you into the dark. If you're brave enough to come back, subscribe. New stories wait after midnight, right here on Horror Story. Good night, or try to sleep.